Welcome to day 7 of the Silent Sculpt Gentle Core Yoga Challenge. Today we'll finish strong with safe, gentle but powerful movements to connect to your core and pelvic floor. Remember, move at your own pace, rest anytime and choose the options that feel best for your body. Starting by lying down on your back with your knees bent and feet flat. We are going to begin with some breathwork and core connection. So as you inhale, finding the ribs expanding and the back body expanding, and then exhale, gently lifting the pelvic floor and drawing a navel towards the spine, keeping the pelvis neutral and shoulders soft. And doing that again. Inhale as you expand the ribs, the belly, feeling the whole front side of the body expanding, and then exhale as you gently lift up through the pelvic floor, drawing the belly button back towards the spine and keeping everything else relaxed down. Keeping this going, you might like to have your hands on the belly or on the sides of your ribs for some feedback here. And you might also like to progress this by adding a gentle Kegel lift with each exhale, really connecting to that pelvic floor as well. As you continue here, allowing the day to be released, letting anything go that's happened leading up to this point, as you find your mind starting to connect here to the breath, to the core, relaxing the jaw, all of the muscles of the face, the space between the eyebrows, the back body relaxing, pelvis releasing, keeping this going. When you're ready, letting it all go, and we will move into some heel slides with leg lift. So you're sliding the right heel forward and then bending through the knee, drawing the knee in, placing the foot down, and then switching to the other side and continuing with this. So as the heel slides out along the mat, you are exhaling out and then drawing the knee in towards the chest, maintaining a core connection, extending the leg up and then returning the foot down. If you want to, you can stay with heel slides only, so not lifting the leg up. If you're feeling that your core is not staying connected the entire time. And another option to progress this further is to keep the heel hovering off the mat the whole time. Making sure you're breathing, so exhale, keeping that connection to core as you slide the leg out, drawing back in, keeping that same neutral pelvis, keeping the belly button back towards the spine, drawing the knee in, using the lower abs to draw that knee in, and then slowly placing the foot back down. And last one here, placing the foot down and finding that core connection again, floating the legs up into a reverse tabletop. Shins are parallel with the ceiling and knees in line with the feet and in line with the hips. If you want to make this a little less challenging, you can always draw the knees back a little bit closer towards the face. And as we stay here, we're keeping that core connection. You're lengthening the right leg and then drawing it back in. And then the left leg lengthens, drawing it back in. You can also modify this by pointing the toes to the ceiling. So not bringing the leg out as far or as low. We want to make sure that the whole time you have that neutral pelvis, you're maintaining a core connection, the ribs are closed, and you're connecting your breath. Beautiful work, and keep this going. Let's stay here, keeping the legs in the tabletop position and finding that core connection again. And you can bring the knees in closer or bringing the knees a little bit further out if the core is feeling really connected. We're starting to toe tap one set of toes down, then the other. Continuing here and breathing. Last one on each side. And then bringing the legs back to your reverse tabletop and floating the feet back down onto your mat. Extending both legs out, or you can have one foot on the mat for this. So if you want to, bringing the left foot onto the mat and extending the right leg. And otherwise we are keeping both legs extended, starting to lift the right leg up and then bending through the knee and then extending the leg back out and then pointing the toes up towards the ceiling. Keeping this going. So really important here to make sure there is no tension coming into the lower back. So if you notice that there is, you can always bend through that left knee and place the foot on the mat for some support. And making sure that you're breathing. You can also shorten the range with this if you want to, working at your own range and your own pace. Beautiful, and a couple more here. Great job, lowering the foot down, and let's come straight over to the other side. So either keeping the right foot on the mat, or you can have both legs extended, finding that core engagement, ribs closed, belly button to spine, lengthening that left leg up, and then bending the knee and lengthening the leg back out. Keep it going, making sure the pelvis is heavy. You are breathing through this, connecting the core the entire time. Last one here, and slowly with control, lowering the foot all the way back down onto the mat. Well done. Let's come to bring both feet onto your mat, and we are finding that core engagement, gluing the legs together, heels together, toes slightly turned out into a little Pilates V. And from here, you can either bring the knees in close towards the chest or letting the knees be a little bit further away. And you're starting to press out through those heels, flexing the toes back and then drawing the knees back in, keeping this going. So really using those low abs to guide this, keeping a neutral pelvis and making sure that you're breathing. You can always bring the feet up a little bit higher towards the ceiling if you prefer here. If it's feeling that you're not maintaining that core connection, making sure that you modify. We don't want to bring any tension into the back, and keep this going. Amazing work, and take a moment to hug it in, hugging the knees in tight towards the heart center. And any kind of movement here that feels awesome, maybe rocking from side to side or circling the knees a few times, letting the tummy muscles relax, taking some deep breaths in through the nose and all the way back out the nose or mouth. Awesome. And then let's take a moment again to bring those legs back into your reverse tabletop, gluing the legs together. And again, you can either have the legs a little bit further away from the head or closer to the head if you're noticing there's any doming happening in the tummy muscles or any tension in the back. And then we're starting to V-tap the toes out to the wide edges of the mat. And then drawing in again, using your inner thighs to draw the legs back in toward each other, gluing the legs together, and then toe tap it out, connecting your breath, keeping the mind on the muscles that we're working, those core muscles here, keeping the ribs closed. One more, and a beautiful work. Hugging the knees in again, letting the tailbone lengthen towards the end of the mat. Any kind of movement into the feet and the ankles that you feel to do. Maybe taking a little rock from side to side. And we're going to start to come to a happy baby. So you can modify this in any way that you like, maybe grabbing hold of behind the knees or grabbing hold of somewhere on the feet, and using your arm strength to gently pull down on the feet, letting the knees fall out wide, keeping the tailbone heavy and the pelvis heavy. And you might want to find some movement with this, maybe bending through one leg, then the other, taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose, expanding the belly, and exhaling all the way back out again. Great job. Taking some even deeper breaths, softening the jaw, relaxing the shoulders, staying here for as long as you like in your happy baby, or coming into another position to finish off, to relax for a while. Beautiful work. You have completed day 7 of the Gentle Core Yoga Challenge. This is just the beginning. Keep cycling this 7-day program week by week, or revisit your favorite days anytime to continue strengthening your core. Be sure to let me know in the comments how you feel after completing the challenge and which day was your favorite. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more free, gentle, low-impact yoga and Pilates workouts. I'll see you soon for your next practice. Take care.